So everything that you've been taught about manifestation is completely wrong. I remember discovering the film The Secret back when I was 20 years old, so 15 years ago. And since then, I've been trying to unlock the secrets of how do you manifest. And I want to share some of those lessons in this video because we actually overcomplicate it. It's a very natural human being thing to do when we take such a simple concept of manifestation and the law of attraction and we overcomplicate it. That's typically how our minds will work because we try and rationalize, like, how can this be true? And it gets us caught up in traps. And then also, like, we then become so obsessed with it. You might be able to relate to that, where you're trying so hard to manifest like a new reality, to manifest something that you want. But the fact that you're trying so hard is often the biggest blocker to being able to manifest and get what you actually truly want as well. And as I said, over the last 15 years from discovering The Secret, I've had this real kind of roller coaster journey with the law of attraction and manifestation. And don't get me wrong, and you might be able to relate to this. I've had so many times where I've just thought, this is just complete bullshit. Like, this just doesn't make sense. Like, how is this actually possible? And I even become so skeptical of the people that were talking about it. Like, I'm like, no, that can't be true. Like, anyone on YouTube, I was like, this is just not how it works. But again, that is the overcomplication of a simplistic sort of, law that we have in the universe and as human beings, that makes it more difficult and puts blockers in the way. So I kind of want to just share a couple of things that I've learned and that's really helped me. Like, I'm sitting here today in Bali and I'm here obviously with my family. I've got 3 boys, 3 sons, 16, 9 and 3 years old. Keep me and my wife on my toes. And, we currently have a villa a few minutes away from this incredible beach. And we're here for 3 months and we really hope that we can travel more. Like, my kids are home educated. I've built a business that is remote, so, it's for me looking at ways in which I can continuously adventure new parts of life. And sitting here today made me realize that this has been something that I've wanted to achieve and something that I've tried to manifest for so long. But the reason why it's happened right now is because manifestation and law of attraction should be effortless. And some of the things that we get so caught up in is we make it like a daily ritual. Like, I remember with my Kindle Scribe, like, writing religiously, like, I am wealthy. I have 1.2 million pounds in the bank account. I am free. I am traveling the world. Like, specific statements every single day. And then when I would miss a day, I'd be like, oh, damn, like, I haven't been able to do it. Like, nothing's going to come true. And it becomes so ritualistic and so habitual, and we become so obsessed and so focused on it that, again, we actually block how effortless manifestation should truly be. So instead of obviously, like, as we say, those daily writing it down and daily visualizing it and everything else, it really is just about how do you find yourself and how do you embody yourself in a state where you can allow manifestation to occur. And again, when we think about allowing manifestation to occur, one of the things that someone shared with me recently is manifestation is always happening. Like, that's how we know that it's true. Manifestation is always happening. Again, our thoughts and our emotions and our vibrations create our reality. Now, again, a lot of them are unconscious. A lot of them we're operating from unconscious beliefs that have been sort of ingrained into us from a very sort of young age. A lot of them are driven by the fear that we see on social media and in the news and in society. And then we are just creating the reality around us. So it happens on a daily basis. It's more the question of, do you want to try and change that reality to something more positive and something more free and something that's more aligned to, your soul's purpose and what you want to actually create. This video is a little bit different. I hope that you're still following along. So when we think about that, how do we start to embody that state and that new vibration to be able to start to manifest a different life that's more aligned to what we truly want? And again, it doesn't come down to writing it down every single day and having a vision board and endlessly studying The Secret and listening to loads of experts, Abraham Hicks and Neville Goddard and everything else. Like, they're all fantastic people that you can learn from, but you can get so obsessed and caught up in it that you actually forget to fall into the effortlessness of, manifestation. So change your state, change your vibration. Like, that's the key thing that you need to focus on. And it's effortless. It's like, how do you find yourself in a better state every single day? And one of the things that I heard on Instagram the other day, maybe I can actually show it in this video, was being able to get in that state is almost, closing your eyes and visualizing that you went into the shop and you've just bought a lottery ticket and you've got your numbers, you walk away, and then that evening the lottery numbers are pulled and they come in, and it's the numbers that you've got, and you look, it's 200 million jackpot, and you see that and how ecstatic you feel, how amazed you feel, how excited you feel that you've just won 200 million pounds. Like, again, just visualize that now. What does that feeling feel like to you? But as you then go into the shop, the shopkeeper then says, look, congratulations, you've won, but you're not going to be able to get this money until 30 days time. So you're going to get the 200 million, but there's going to be a processing time and it's going to take 30 days. Now think about that. How are you going to live your life in those next 30 days? You know that money's coming. You know that money's coming to you. So how do you start to behave? I'm not saying go out and buy like a fancy Lamborghini and everything else, but how do you start showing up? Like, do you start smiling more? Do you start like interacting differently with your loved ones? Do you start shifting, your work to do something a little bit more meaningful? What is it that you do? Maybe there's a period in time where you actually need to strip back some of your expenses in that 30 days, but that 200 million is coming in the next 30 days. Like, again, when we think about that and when you close your eyes and you visualize that, it's about the state. It's about how you show up every single day. And this is something that I've started to change, started to shift. And when I started to change and started to shift that's when things started to change for me. It was being at home when it was raining, but just being able to close my eyes and visualize myself on a beach in the sun, in an incredible place like this. And actually just being able to see it and visualize it and have the feelings that come with it as well. And again, that's the other sort of thing with law of attraction and manifestation. It is all about the feelings. Like, what is the feelings? Like, you can close your eyes and mentally you can say, I want to be sat on a beach, somewhere beautiful, working a few hours a day, doing something that I love. Like, you can logically say that, but it's really tapping into like, what is the feeling that you get from that experience? And you can tap into that feeling anytime, any place, anywhere. And that's something that I've tried to do a lot more over the last year that I've found to be a lot more successful as well. So law of attraction, manifestation, it happens and it works. It's already happening. Your reality is very much driven by your thoughts, your beliefs, your vibrations. It is a law of the universe. Like, I truly, truly do believe in that. And if you don't, do some more research. It is definitely true. But it's about questioning, what are you manifesting? And if you want to change what you are manifesting, don't force it. Don't make it a ritual. Don't try and focus too much on the logic of it. Instead, just fall into that vibration as often as you can. And also realize that you will have moments where you will be out of that vibration, and I still have it as well. But it's being aware of that. Like, being aware of that and understanding that that's a challenge that you need to just be aware of and navigate through before you can step back into that other vibration as well. This is never going to be something that you are 100% obviously in all the time when it comes to the vibration, but be aware of those blockers, those times where you shift out of it, and again, make sure that they are there as lessons, and then try and fall back into that other vibration. So again, I'm just going to do it now. I'm just going to sit here on the beach for the next 5 minutes as I finish this video. I'm going to do a little bit of meditation, but the focus is going to be on clearing the noise in my mind and literally just focusing on the feelings that I want, the feelings that I desire. And then everything else will fall into place. And I don't know how that looks at the moment, but it will fall into place. And it will just generally just put me in a better mood for the rest of the day when I'm working, when I'm spending time with family. It's falling into a new vibration and doing it as effortlessly as we possibly can. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you've watched it all the way into the end, let me know. Let me know some of your experiences with manifestation as well. This is the first time I've ever spoken about this publicly as well, so who knows, like, I might talk about it a little bit more if you want to as well. But as I say, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you do. I'm going to be posting a lot more over the next coming months. Speak soon.